There's a debate in the fitness community about the best ways to get lean and reduce body fat. And as I'm sure you know by now, if you want to lose body fat, you need to create a calorie deficit or a negative energy balance. Now we know there's a simple equation for creating a calorie deficit or a negative energy balance, and that's where your calorie expenditure is greater than your calorie consumption. Or some people would say, eat less and move more. Now the big downside with increasing your step count or walking is that it takes a chunk of your time every day. So you may be thinking, why don't I just do a load of sprints every day? Won't it burn more calories in a shorter period of time? The short answer is yes, but the real answer is no. You're going to have to let me explain. When you perform LISS or low intensity steady state, it doesn't demand much energy and it doesn't take much to recover from it. This is in comparison to performing high intensity training. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with cardio. I think people should perform cardio that they enjoy, like whether it be running, swimming, cycling, whatever it is. Like I perform a decent bit of cardio myself, but oftentimes I see people don't enjoy cardio, and then the other thing is they struggle to recover from it. Like if you tried to run 4 days a week in order to burn more calories, you would really struggle to recover from it. And one, you might not actually be able to stick to it then, and then two, actually affect your resistance training. And one big thing about cardio is that if you're doing lots of cardio, it can actually negatively impact your expenditure the rest of the day, because what happens then, obviously, you do a hard run, you're absolutely wrecked, you go home and you sit on the sofa all day. So instead of actually increasing your expenditure, it maybe stays where it is. Yes, you burn all these calories during it, but then what actually happens is you do nothing the rest of the day. And for the last time, no, there is nothing wrong with doing cardio. I think everyone should do some form of cardio which they enjoy. I'm just saying that increasing your steps can be a lot easier for a lot of people. So if you want to increase your step count, you're probably wondering, well, how much do I increase it by? Well, that's really going to depend on your current situation. If your step count is currently 4,000, you don't need to go to 12,000 straight away. Instead, increase by a few thousand. Then when fat loss stalls, increase by another few thousand in order to create a calorie deficit again. Now the amount of calories that you're going to burn when you're walking is very dependent on the individual. This is going to depend on a number of factors. It's going to depend on your body weight, it's going to depend on how fast you're walking, it's going to depend on if you're walking uphill, downhill, on a flat surface, it's going to depend on your muscle mass. There's a lot of factors that's going to go into how much calories you're burning when you're walking. For me, track your food and your body weight, then from there increase your steps and see how that affects your expenditure and your body weight and ultimately your body fat levels. So to increase your step count, here's a bit of simple advice. 1, take the stairs. 2, walk to work or the shops. 3, and the big one, is set time aside each day. You can walk 1,000 steps in roughly 10 minutes. So you don't need to go for an hour walk. You can schedule in multiple short walks throughout the day. Now that we know the importance of your step count and what your step count should be and what to aim for, now we can look at how to get the most out of your steps. First thing you can do to get more from your steps is to increase your speed. If you increase your speed, you'll burn more calories. Obviously this will be easier to track on a treadmill, or if you have a smartwatch or something to track with. Once again, obviously one of the other benefits of increasing your speed is that 1, you'll be able to get more done in the same amount of time, or 2, it'll take you a shorter period of time to get your steps done. The next thing we can do is increase the gradient you're walking, or walk up a hill. Once again, this will be easier to track on a treadmill. Obviously, walking up a hill is more demanding than walking on a flat surface. One other thing we can do to increase your expenditure and continue on your calorie deficit is to load the exercise. You're going to have to let me explain this one. So as you lose body fat and body weight, you burn less calories when performing the same amount of steps as you're carrying less mass. So by slowly loading the exercise every time you lose a bit of weight, it should help mitigate the effects of carrying less mass. Now when it comes to my personal experience losing body fat and my clients' experience losing body fat, performance steps has been a massive part of improving my physique. This alongside proper nutrition were the main factors which allowed me to go from this to this. And I suppose more importantly, maintain a physique which I was happy with and a body fat level which I'm comfortable with. Right guys, and that brings us into today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, hope you learned something from it. And if you want more fitness content like this, just subscribe to the channel. Cheers.